Theoretisch ist es sehr simpel, ne? Das ist diese 22 Leute laufen Ball hinterher, aber es gibt ja so viele Kleinigkeiten, die entscheidend dafür sind.
Ich glaube, dass das ein wichtiges Tool ist und dass man dadurch einfach auch sein eigenes Spiel und auch das Spiel der ganzen Mannschaft irgendwie verbessern kann.
Wenn man sich die Bilder auf diesem Pult da angeschaut hat, man konnte die Spielsituation, man konnte es ein bisschen verlangsamen, da waren verschiedene Filter drauf, ob Freistoßaktionen, Abseitsaktionen.
Da habe ich Videos auf mein Handy geschickt bekommen, weil wir eine App auch entwickelt haben mit SAP zusammen und das war ganz einfach gewesen, das konnte ich unproblematisch von meinem Handy aus immer abrufen und teilweise habe ich sogar solche Daten mir auch dann, wenn ein neuer Spieler eingewechselt wurde, in der Halbzeit dann angeschaut.
Das ist ja jetzt erst der Anfang, also ich denke, da werden noch so viele Daten kommen, von denen ich ja nichts weiß, die ich mir jetzt auch noch nicht vorstellen kann.
Hello and a warm welcome from our side. As you have seen, we would like to give you an insight into a technology which was co-innovated by SAP and the German Football Federation. But before we go into details of the application, which I'm sure was also used before yesterday's match, but some of the things are not always predictable in football, and that's good. Before we go into details, I want to give you a very brief introduction into our bigger digital agenda. Later on, Fadi Naum, Senior Vice President of SAP and Head of the Sports and Entertainment Practice, and myself, Stefan Ludwig, Managing Director of 2 subsidiaries of the German FA. We will give you some more details on the specific application which we have built in a co-innovation partnership. What is the bigger picture? What is the bigger agenda of our digital activities? I guess few people know that the German FA has a subsidiary, an IT company, which was founded 13, 14 years ago, which built a football management system which supports all the processes, all the activities in German football. To give you some numbers to illustrate that, all the registration of players from top-level Bundesliga down to grassroots level is done through our system. We currently have 15 million players in our system. 2.5 million of them are currently playing. All the 26,000 clubs, the not-for-profit organizations, which are the fundamental structure of German football, are part of the system. 65,000 coaches and their training and education process is part of the system. 70,000 referees are part of the system. The entire match operation on the grassroots and amateur level, which covers 1.9 million matches per season, it's all in the system. It's done with the system which was developed by the German FA. And it's also an important part in the for the SAP development, because it is the fundamental database of all players going up in the scouting and talenting system of the German FA. We also have big projects, and that's how we basically met in the first instance at our headquarters with a typical old-style SAP application in finance and controlling, CRM, and ticketing. It was a step change or major development at the German FA, implementing those systems, breaking up some of the established procedures, changing the silo thinking of different departments with an application, an integrated application, which covers all our customers and which provides our customers a customer journey which goes from initial registration or ticketing purchase or merchandise purchase to the final match day event and information on a home match or even an away match as last night in Scotland. This was the first time we met because we had a request for proposal on CRM and ticketing systems. SAP was kind enough to put down a proposal. They were selected because they had one of the unique things, or one of the good things about it, was that it was an integrated system going from ticketing to CRM to the entire finance process, also offering merchandise activities which we currently do not use. You also know that we have a sponsoring partnership with SAP, and that was the point where we put our heads together. In particular, our coaching staff and Oliver Bierhoff as the manager of the national team, they put some thoughts to SAP on how they vision, or what kind of vision they have about team management, match and player analysis, and also the important parts of fitness and medical applications. This was the beginning of the journey, where we take you through now in the next 20 minutes, 23 minutes or so, giving you an insight how this co-innovation project started, what kind of involvement the German FA had, which people were involved in such a IT project, which, as you all know, coming from the football business, is not the core business of a football or sports governing body. But as I pointed out already, we do have quite a bit of IT experience, and we do have scouts and coaches who are very, very open for IT developments. Fadi will then introduce the SAP Sports One solution as it was launched in August this year, and he will also give you a quick overview on the vision and roadmap for the next couple of weeks and months and years. What is the key challenge of a national team coach or a scout of the national team versus a club coach? He doesn't have his players on site. He even doesn't have the opportunity to talk to them on a regular basis. This was the meeting schedule or the match schedule of the national team coming up to the World Cup in Brazil. So the numbers are the number of days the team, the player, were together with the coaching staff and the scouts. You see huge gaps between those occasions. And that is one of the biggest challenges for national team coaches or national team coaching staff, because the club trainer, he has the player on site every day. He can talk to him. He sees him in practice. He can go to the live matches, or he is at the live matches on a regular basis. This was one of the prerequisites, or one of the challenges which needed to be overcome. The objective was to have tools which enable the coaching staff to communicate regularly. Of course, you can use email or WhatsApp or Facebook, but as you all can imagine, we need a closed area, high security standards. We need an application where you can send big data. And in the back end, where Fadi will go into in a few minutes, there was all the analytical part. The scouts and the coaches looking at matches, analyzing different scenes, and then they basically copy-pasted those snapshots or those individual scenes, and through an app, a closed app of the national team, they send it to the individual players, or they had groups where they could discuss different things. So it enhances, at least to a certain extent, the regular communication with the team. The second major challenge of everyone involved in sports is the enormous amount of data you have. The enormous amount of data which is collected on the bottom level in the German elite football system. Maybe some of you can't read that. It says Cologne team. The Cologne team is a team of up to 50 scientists at the university, the Sports University of Cologne. They collect all the video material and additional data from around the world which is related to our national team. Their own matches, matches of the opposing team, club matches where individual national team players are in. Then we have the scouting team who on a regular basis go live to the different matches. We estimated that we have 6,000 minutes of video material or 100 gigabyte of that sort of data. So this team first selects and consolidates in a first stage that amount of data, which is then further analyzed by the scouting team, and the funnel gets closer, less data, less information, much more focused on individual players, which is then discussed with the manager or the team manager and the coaching staff and the scouting team on a regular basis, which then ends up into maybe traditionally half an hour highlight video before the game against Scotland. So I'm sure there was a scene where they showed a corner kick where some Scottish player was standing outside of the box waiting for the ball to be dropped and then kick it in. Obviously, some of the players were not very interested in that analysis maybe. But this is how the funnel goes. And finally, maybe on match day, it's only 8-minute highlight to get everyone psyched up. What happened in the process with SAP, this is an outcome of a so-called design thinking process. We literally had our coaching staff, our scouts, and some of the team management team sit together with developers and conceptualists at SAP to develop an idea, a vision of the application, how it should like, what kind of functionality it has, what kind of flexibility it should have, and so on. And it's an ongoing process. Even after the launch of the system, we have a design thinking workshop next week, also involving our IT people from the German FA to develop the next levels in the system. And here, I will hand it over to Fadi, giving you an insight into the application.
Thank you, Stefan. As Stefan mentioned, we developed this together with the German national team, with the DFB as in design thinking. So our strategy is we are the expert, we are the software expert, we are the software developer, but we need also the expert in the sport. And together, the relationship, SAP with the DFB, it was perfect match. So we were together sitting and discussing with them what is the best approach, what do you need, how do you approach. You have a lot of data, but what can you do with the data? So this was the approach of the design thinking, and this design thinking is a journey. It is not like one time or two times, so it's a journey where we build this together. Together with the DFB, we have also another co-innovation partner, Bayern Munich, joined later. We have also 1899. So we have selected co-innovation partner where we develop this with them together. Based on their feedback, based on together on the relationship, we build the solution. What I'd like to show here is the highlight. We built Sports One. We announced Sports One. It's on the market in August. Before we launch this, before we roll this out to the market, we've been just testing this. We've been working together with the DFB, and also we use it in Brazil. We will come later. We show also some scenes, what we've been doing. We developed this with SAP technology. SAP technology, data memory in memory, a lot of data, a huge mass of data, real-time usage. The challenge what we had when we've been talking with the DFB, with other clubs, there is a lot of systems. There is a lot of great system on the market, but there is also a silo system. Our intention was we need one system, the hard piece. It will start as a baby, but this baby will grow. We have one system, central system, where you have all the data, all the information, also the strategy of the club. Because team and coach change, physio change, all these teams, they keep changing. But you need to have the strategy, what is the philosophy of the club, of the federation, and this is where you need to build the basis, the foundation. And Sports One, building the foundation, so where we have the team manager, we have all information about the team. Then we build different modules, like module training planner, we have the training catalog, training facilities, trainings information. We have the player fitness, performance insight. Now we just build the first version for scouting. And as you see, another module is coming. From SAP, we are saying we are not claiming we want to have everything done by SAP. This is important because there is a lot of great product on the market. There is a lot of great function on the market. This is why we build an open system. We work directly with partner. We have partner content provider. We have partner as technology. And also, as Stefan mentioned, because we have the DFB net, we are going now, the next partner will be also the DFB net. They provide the data of the players, the amateur. Because all the professionals, they don't have the data for the amateur team. So this is also, we will add this as the additional partner. The system is designed, so when you set up the system, based on the partner what you have, you can set up the system in 1-2 days because we get the contact, you have all the content data, and you start feeding the system. And on top of this, you see the Team One mobile app. So this is the communication, smart tablets, smartphones. So if the team on the road, they can use the information. I don't need to have the system on site. The system is running in cloud. So no matter where we are, we have access to the Sports One, or I have also the data in the Team One. This can run offline. Also, if you send some scene for the players, they have access. They can do the analysis and give feedback. I would like now to show a few highlights, and I also would like, after the 2 slides, do a demo. So this is now one part is the training planner. Training planner, you can build the catalog. The catalog, you have the visualization. You can prepare this, and you can take this catalog training scene and copy this and create another one. So it's all you can see the exercise. You can intensify the exercise. You have the high level, or you can go into detail level. So all this information, integrated system in one system where all the different groups have access based on their profile, based on their role. And this training planner, you can print this as PDF and give it to the team. They can, for the training, also review, or some they hang this on the door or on the wall to review this. Player fitness, this is also a player fitness part of the Sports One. And as you know, you have the physiotherapist, you have all the different groups. So they have also separate roles, separate authorization, separate profile. But if the player injured, if the player sick, then you have all this information in one integrated system. So this is the important thing. I have the history of the player. I have all this information. And this also the Sports One, it's not only for the professional team, for the whole team, for the U23, for the youth development. So you have all data in one system, and then you see the whole development of the player. And I have this smartphone mobile fitness management where I can also enter the data offline if the physiotherapist during the training is injured, if they are on the field, and then later data will be updated. I would like now to switch to the demo. We'd like to show this is the dashboard, what actually has been developed for the DFB, and they use this in Campo Bahia. This was the first prototype where we use it, and after the World Cup, we embedded this in our product, the Match Insights. Can we switch to the demo? So when we've been working with the DFB, it was the main challenge. They said we need to have software, intuitive, self-explained, and very easy to use. So if we have now to do training for the player, for the coach, for the team, so this doesn't work. Because we had a lot of things we tried, but we need the software. It's very simple and easy to use. So if I log on, I just log on as a coach. So I have as a coach, I can define in my dashboard what I would like. Then I see first the calendar. I have different phases. I can see the training, or I can deactivate some function. And then please log on again. Okay, I was logged on for long. Okay. So I log on as a coach. So I can select here on my calendar, or I can go here to the team. In the team, I have here now Bayern Munich. We're using this as an example. I have different information. Come on. Okay, I do this if F11 is disturbing me. So I go here to the team, I see different team, and this data, this is where when we use our partner, the content provider. If you use the data from the content provider, we upload this. We build interface, you just plug in, and then you can upload all the data. We can also upload like around more than 200 competitions. So all the data what you need. I can go here, select the goalie, I can select the player, I have different information, or I can go here to the player. So the system is very easy to use, intuitive. I can select the player, I see the information, specific information related to Dante. I can go here to the competition. All this competition, it can be also uploaded automatically. I don't have to maintain all this data manual. So I have all the competition data, what we need, and if it's the next game, you know who you're playing with, then you can also upload the data. If I go to the team, so I just, due to the time, I will not show now all this functionality, but we have on our stand, our colleagues there, they can do a demo for you in details about this sports one. I would like now to show actually the video, the match Insight. So I have here the last available video. I can also directly jump to the game, the last game, and I see all the data, the video. So if I select now this game, for example, and I can here select, I have now all the team, select Bayern Munich, and I see here all the different scenes, the tagging, what's the scouting team, what's the coach team already marked as tags. And I can now say I want now to see all the player. I have here all the player. I say, okay, I want now to see all the scenes from Mario Götze. And I marked here Mario Götze. Now I can say I want to show me the scene specific to this player. Now I have for this game all the passes, corner, offside, goal. Now you see here are all the tagging. I can now narrow down. I say I want to see only foul and goal. So I have here the different scene. Now I can jump directly to this scene, and I see all the detail. So you see when I run this, I see here first fall, I can stop here, I can roll in and back. So I have this functionality. This is what they use. And this is what we also did this with the DFB. And we gave them this when they went to Campo Bahia. This was the challenge, that we need the software. You can come first day, hand this out, and leave. If it doesn't work, then we don't use it. And this was the main challenge for us, and I think we really achieved to do this. We brought this to the team, and they used this during the World Cup.
And as you could see in the video at the beginning, the players really used it, and this was maybe the little game changer in technology aspects. That it used to be that the coaches, sometimes the coaches, usually the scouts, intensively use information technology and data to analyze matches. But with the application of SAP, we had at Campo Bahia, the home base of the national team in Brazil, we had a room where the application was actually set up. And on the first day, it was the scout inviting, for example, Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm was always interested and is always interested in match data and player data. He explained him a couple of scenes of the last preparation games, for example, or a scene of the opposing team. Then Philipp Lahm realized how easy to use it is. Next time, he brought Mats Hummels and Jerome Boateng, and the three of them, with the scout, sat together and analyzed some of the matches. And finally, it was at any time of the day, groups of players or individual players going into that room, using the facility, using the application, And I think that's the important part of it. They became part of the problem-solving process. So it was not the scout or the coach telling them, you have to do that or you shouldn't do that, but it was the players telling themselves or telling other players, oh, no, Thomas Müller, you should have been much quicker back in order to help out in the defense. And I think this is one of the things also using the app, engaging or getting the players engaged into the analysis of the game, because the tools have become simple.
Right. And this is, as Stefan mentioned, so really this was the idea, is to engage the players. So the players, they brought their own ideas, they did their own analysis. And here the teams, they have the possibility to send some scene to the team one. They send them some scenes, some specific scenes. The player can also send the scene to his group, if it's the group goalie, and they say, look at this, did you look at this? So this is where they have this interactive, and they start themselves thinking. It's not like before, they sit in the room there, and the coach team, they explain to them, look, this is the analysis. So they were really more interactive, were more involved in their own analysis. Okay, can we switch back to the presentation, please? So this is to give you some highlights about Sports One. And I can.
Next slide.
Okay, no. Okay. So it's also what we brought now, the first version for scouting. So we built also the scouting solution. And this is the idea behind Sports One. As I said, it started as a baby, it's still growing and getting more inputs. And this is where we developed this as cloud solution. So we bring in new functionality and we roll this out to the team. So we have now the scouting function, create request, the scouting report, see all the information, which events, game. I have player shortlist, quick access, and I can also have quick access to the competition. And this is, as we mentioned, the competition, you get this based on the partner, content provider. You can get all the competition if you wish. Sports One Innovation Roadmap is what we have now for this first release. We roll this out. And what is planned, we are going to also do the ice hockey. This would be our next sport part. And we will also focus on the analytics, tagging, player tagging, injury risk prevention analysis. So we started already the first, we did this like 2 weeks ago, the kickoff with one of our co-innovation partner to focus also on injury risk analysis, injury risk monitoring, which actually play also a big role. And you know, prevention data, you need to have data to do the prevention. And this is now, because we build now Sports One, we have the hard piece where we collect all the data. And now we get all the data from the competition. So we have now the ability to start building such an engine where you can do this injury prevention risk analysis. And in future, we have now currently US, UK, and Germany for the solution. And in future, we will roll out this for other country. And in future, we'll also plan to embed the media, because media are also interested in such a data. What makes SAP Sports One unique? Why is this SAP? As I mentioned before, and actually we are the expert in software development. SAP is, we are the largest company worldwide developing software, and we focus on our skills. Our approach is we work with our partner, we work with our co-innovation, like DFB, like Bayern Munich, like 1899, but we have also other partners, we're working with them. They are not now published who is work, but this will be also another partner we will add. So we work with our partner to build the solutions. This is one of the main strengths what we have. We build this on SAP technology, on HANA, in real data memory. We build the solution, it's a cloud solution. We develop this, you have access, no matter where you are, online, you get an access to the system. And our intention is to bring new technology, and also work with partners. This is an important thing. It's open system landscape. We work with partners. We look at the different partners who are building devices, camera technology, and we integrated this to SAP Sports One. thank you very much. This is a short, quick summary. I see it on time. Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you also from my side. If anybody expected us to sit back and celebrate after the World Cup, I have to disappoint you. We are still working hard together with SAP on the sports solution, but also internally with our organization and business activities. So there's more to expect from the German FA and the national team. Looking forward to England, to meet them in France. Northern Ireland looks very good. I heard Wales has a good chance. So we'll have a lot of representatives from the UK meeting us in France. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, I think floor is open. If not, I think Fadi and myself will be available also after the session. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Brazilian, job well done in Brazil. I know it's a very interesting presentation, thank you. My question is, I felt like as soon as the Germans decided to do, it's not a directly IT question, but as soon as they decided to do Campo Bahia, to build their own training base with everything specified to their requirements, how that was vital for Germany to win the World Cup. Do you think that this maybe was the decisive factor why Germany won the World Cup?
I think there were many factors for Germany winning the World Cup. Technology was one piece of it. The home base, the training ground was another factor. I don't know who has seen video clips from that training camp. It was in a rural area. Every time I got many stories from the national team. Every time they returned from one of the matches, things slowed down, everything was quiet. They really had the time to relax and focus on training versus other teams like I think the Netherlands. They were in Rio de Janeiro at one of the main beaches.
The party night.
Everybody decides himself, but I think for the German team it was a good decision to go there. Yeah.
Hi there. Question about SAP. In the corporate sector, SAP is very well renowned for producing well locked down systems which are very robust, but then systems integrators are required to customize them to the needs of each of the individual clients. To what extent is this system going to be customizable versus a single solution?
As actually our intention, as we said in the beginning, it's really simple to be, and also the implementation time need to be very simple. And this is why when we work with a partner, we agree with them on the interface. So will be some works done before in advance to make this happen. Then because when we roll this out, really need to be very simple and quick implementation. So the customizing time should be minimized very low. This is in compared to our reputation, SAP, everybody know SAP, enterprise implementation takes much longer, but this is a different approach, what we're doing here in the sport entertainment.
And maybe from our side, we are using now, from now on, we are using the same system as everyone else. So we do not have a competitive edge anymore, but I think as always with IT solution and data analysis, the question is how you use it, how your coaches use it, how often it's used, how it's brought to the team. Do they get engaged in it? So I think it's a huge spectrum, but the key question is really how it is implemented and how it is used by the people in charge of it.
Hi, Marcus Leonard from Solid. Quick question on the data. Who is the owner of the data that is put into the system?
The system is a cloud solution, but this is a cloud solution for each customer. They have their own cloud. So the customer, they own the data. In this case, DFB, they own the data. Nobody has access to the data.
And I think you also have to sign an individual contract with some of the data providers, like Opta. It's not part of the
Correct.
deal. If you select the set of information you would like to have from Opta, and then you have an individual agreement with them, but it's with an interface going into the system. It depends on the rights holder, because it's a closed system. You don't have a big issue, or it's a different terms rather than putting it on a public website.
So for example, like the DFB, when they have a game, they have ProZone. So ProZone, they record the data for them. So this data, it's owned by the DFB. So they have the access to own video. Or if they buy the data from Opta, so they buy this data, and will be on their own property. Any other question? Okay.
So once again, thank you.
Thank you very much.